Sandeep sir got on stage and said 80% of companies in India have experienced or will experience ransomware attack. I think it's very standard, maybe cliche quote is not when, it's not if, but when, that these types of attacks will happen. If you don't have adequate protection, lots of security measures, but at the end of the day, do you have the ability to be resilient and help restore the data and get your customers what they need and protect them? It is going to be the most critical thing as this landscape continues to evolve.
So, most customers today are embarking on a cloud-first strategy. And the challenges of organizations to protect information when they are going on that journey are different. Unfortunately, the legacy software are not able to meet the requirements of its customers. Veeam is at the cutting edge of technology and innovation to help customers protect their data in the cloud journey, whether they are on any of the hyperscalers or even if customers are looking at moving or adopting containers in production, because that is one big trend and thing that is going to really change the world, we think. So we are heavily invested in ensuring that customers in their journey on transformation are able to protect any kind of work, whether it's on cloud, it's in Kubernetes, or even if the traditional workloads that could be on a virtual machines as well as in the physical space.
No, I think the conversation around, if you look at Veeam's legacy, we started with virtual, we solve for cloud, we're solving for containers. It's the philosophy that we have, is not to help our customers with today's problems, but to help them explore how to rapidly drive digital transformation. Digital transformation is often used as an umbrella statement, but ideally what it means is how do I get closer to my customers faster than my competition, how do I get market share, how do I get revenue, how do I drive my business and experience for my users. And that for us can manifest in many ways. It can manifest in moving workloads to the cloud, having on-prem, moving through containers and microservices. And for us, we provide you that ability to do that. And we give you one thing that I think is the most critical thing, is the choice of where you would put it at any given time. Great question. I'll start and maybe you can give an India lens and I'll give a more global lens. So firstly, 100% channel as a business. Being 100% channel, the only way we can be successful is if we invest and help our channel partners drive. A couple of trends that I'm seeing. First is our channel ecosystem is not just our resellers, it's our board in the cloud, our channel partners, our alliances ecosystem, our VCSPs or Veeam service providers. So that lens or landscape is now starting to change, where one reseller may have a few of these different looks and services to a customer to be adaptable. So what we do is we provide them the accreditation services and backup capabilities for them to be able to provide any feeling or service to a customer, whether it be in the cloud, on-prem, and as a service, which is a bit of an evolving landscape in the reseller community, is my observation.
Yeah, so, and we have, like to just add to what Shiva explained, so we have a very broad ecosystem of partners. And when we talk about channel partners, it's not just a partner who is reselling the Veeam software to the customer, but we have global alliances with partners like HP and Lenovo and Cisco. They actually resell our solutions as part of bigger solutions that they are taking to the customer. So these large resellers alliances have the ability to implement it themselves, or could be their partner ecosystem that are actually able to implement solutions. In addition to that, of course, what Shiva was alluding to is the hyperscalers, cloud service providers, not just the hyperscalers like AWS or Google or Azure, but even if you look at from the Indian perspective, like look at the homegrown Indian-born VCSPs, they are also signed up with us. Quite a few of them, actually offering data protection as a service, replication as a service, continuous data protection to their customers, and all of that is powered by them. So, the channel ecosystem just doesn't stop with, the resellers. It actually expands to VCSPs as well, or, other global alliances that we Hop On Veeam essentially is, it's been launched with an objective of creating an awareness in the marketplace about modern data protection. And we think that there are two key drivers, ransomware and cloud adoption. I would say that this is targeted towards the entire base of our customers and partners, not just in the tier 1 cities or the metros, because they have plenty of these events happening. The tier 2 cities don't really they are not thrivy, or they do not have that so many exposure to so many vendor events where they get exposure to technology. So that's why we thought that instead of getting them all to metros and so on, we actually take the Hop On tour bus straight into their city, and that's why you see cities like Jaipur, Ahmedabad, Kochi. These are the emerging hubs of business where the bus is going to be stationed, and we create a platform for our partners, customers, distributors, and to interact with the Veeam engineering team and get to know more about modern data protection, what to expect, and what problems can be solved. So I would say that this is open to all the customer base that we have. I mean, looking at India, we have 1.2 million companies across the country. Yeah, 50% of the newborn companies in India, right, the emerging companies, they are born in tier 2 cities. So I'm sure this is going to give that exposure to the companies, and help the partners to actually offer modern data protection.
My thought process. What it signifies for our partner community is we're investing. It's a massive green box. It is very visible. It's going to cities where not many vendors are investing the time and effort. So it's a very deliberate show of our commitment to the India market. Secondly, it represents how we do business, which is very innovative. It's a non-traditional way of reaching your customers. It's a disruptive way of going out. So I think it's a reflection of how we work with our partners and customers. What we enable them to do is, which is disruption. And then it was almost like a giant metaphor for our approach to the market in India. Secondly, the component that I'm most proud is it's launched in India. It's the first of its kind for Veeam globally. So it's something that's quite exciting for all of us here in the APJ region, and obviously it's Sandeep's India business that we work on. Yeah, so I would say this is a great example, right? This bus should travel around, and as Sandeep representing companies that are started now out of the 1.3 million we just quoted are in tier 2 cities. Our commitment is to spend time to give them access to the types of solutions, whether it's solving a ransomware problem at an SMB company, or going to some of the biggest companies we visited in the last 2 days, and helping them migrate for future use in containers or move workloads to the cloud and back. So our commitment is very strong. And it's not words, it's demonstrated by actions. Our resources are going to be with the bus. Our engineering team is going with the bus to talk to customers. So they typically wouldn't get access to these types of folks that have solved this problem for millions of customers in their careers, right? If you look at our engineering team across them, I think they would have probably solved the problem for thousands and thousands of customers. So giving them access to the partner ecosystem and helping them, I think, is a huge opportunity for the customers and the partners.
Yeah. So in addition to this, from the operational standpoint, if you look at we have a very mature channel enablement program. So we really stress upon the channel being certified to Veeam standards, so that they are able to implement the solutions in the modern context. So yeah. Well, we are the number one provider of data protection, backup, and data management. Our idea is to deliver on modern data protection. So if you look at the vision statement itself, kind of explains that we are able to help customers across the world. And And India, see, worldwide we have more than 400,000. The Indian customer base also goes in thousands. And we have customers from all the states. And ranging from the enterprise customers, so some of the largest private banks have deployed Veeam to protect some of the very critical workloads. In the manufacturing space, we have Hero MotoCorp and Mahindra and Mahindra, two big automotive manufacturers. Hero MotoCorp is the largest two-wheeler manufacturer. So they are protecting their most critical, virtual workloads and also exploring Veeam for cloud workloads and so on and so forth. Healthcare, BFSI and healthcare are two very compliance-driven. We have a very strong play in both, because one thing that we are able to deliver for both these verticals is the ability to give confidence back to regulators as well as internal auditors that the data is safe and secure. So we have a very wide adoption across the healthcare space as well. So I would say like PSU and government. So several critical projects in the government at the central and the state level, including smart city, have deployed Veeam to protect the very critical. And in certain cases, like we've seen that for a particular smart city, we're protecting data on-prem with Veeam and then replicating it to cloud. So the second copy with Veeam is replicated. And there are several use cases across the board.
Yeah, I think verticals become very interesting if you take a bigger step and look at what each vertical, they're converging to the same point, which is how do I use data as fuel for my business? At a banking side, how do I use my customer data to make more acquisitions for customers? At a healthcare side, how do I protect my customers' data so that I can provide better healthcare and reduce the time of sickness, delay sickness? Some interesting projects, one in Singapore around how do I reduce aged care by providing early health benefits for customers, right? Again, in each of these scenarios, they're using data as the fuel or the oil for their business. So for our goal is to protect as many workloads as possible, no matter where they sit, and give customers choice. Choice to innovate, choice to change, choice to disrupt themselves and their customer base as they drive solutions to the market.